So, hello, you all. How are you all doing tonight? Just gonna give a few minutes for someone to come in and say hello. Hey, Kajari. How you doing tonight? That's good. Yeah, I don't have a topic for tonight. I'm back to my old thing, just pop in and see what's going on. And then I'm doing pretty good. Right now, I'm like in that place of where, like, I feel like if I'm sitting down somewhere, like, I feel like I, I'm doing amazing. I feel like my regular old self. But as soon as I get up to start moving around and trying to do something or whatever, it's like you can feel that same old draining feeling where, girl, you ain't got no energy. Sit down somewhere. It's kind of like that. But other than that, it's like I'm good. I didn't make it to the garden today. Couldn't make it to the garden because it rained all day today. The best I could do was stay out the window. That's the best I could do. But I love the rain anyways. So how have y'all been today? And hello to everybody that's, whether you're typing in the chat or you're hiding in the bushes, that's fine with me because I do those same things too. I go to people's channels, I watch, I listen. Sometimes I say something, but not all the time. I'm just there sitting and patiently watching. That's how I was feeling when I was sick. Yeah, I imagine that I imagine that everybody who go through anything close like this, that they feel that feeling, but it's such a disgusting feeling that you hope that people don't, that it ain't the same thing that other people was feeling or whatever. Another thing that I've been having is like, it's like I'm it's like my port is more present now than it ever has been before. It's like any other time, it's like it's there, but like you don't really have no feeling of it being there or whatever. But you know, now it's like, yep, I'm here, I'm right here, and what you gonna do about it? Nothing. So it is what it is. But I think Monday is the day that I go back and I get my appointment scheduled for um, me getting imaging done to see, what's been going on the inside. So, um, we gonna see about that. And this is the thing, when I come on here and I really don't have a subject or anything to talk about, is like the quietness of it all. But then somebody will come through and they'll ask a question and it lead to one conversation after another conversation after another conversation. It's like, it is what it is. I don't like the quietness of it all. But I like quiet. Just not when I come on. Hello, everybody that's just now coming in. You ain't really talking about anything. If anybody got any questions or anything that they would like to ask, I think people ask more questions like whenever I do things like shorts and stuff like that, people feel more comfortable asking questions there. Um, and don't necessarily mean that they more comfortable there. Maybe they don't have time like to be in the live or whatever, but any questions that they have up under my shorts and stuff like that, I try and answer all questions, and I try not to get mad about some of the questions they ask, because sometimes people just have questions in general because they really don't know what's going on. Hell, even I have questions about this situation that I be in. Any kind of question, it don't got to have anything to do with cancer or anything like that. It can be any kind of question about anything that I've previously put on here or I've done. I mean, just ask a question. I know some places you go to and people get offended that you ask questions, and they don't want to answer them, and they don't want to answer the question. I won't ask them, and I don't know if that necessarily mean I'll be back over there to their page. I don't know. I may or may not, but I'm just the person that I don't mind people asking questions, but the moment you get out of line with me, we gonna match energy. So as long as people stay respectful with me. And sometimes I know people be being disrespectful, but I still don't let it pull me out of character because that mean like they done got up under my skin or something, and they really haven't. Because I've been through enough stuff. Thank you very much, TZ, for that floating heart. I really appreciate it, and may you be blessed back tenfold with what you blessed me with. Thank you. Greetings from Daytona Beach, Florida. Hey, Huggy Bear. Wait a minute. Let me see who Huggy Bear is, because I know somebody named Huggy Bear. I don't know if he in Daytona, but because I'm in Florida too. Greetings from Florida. I'm from Vero Beach, Florida, but I'm in Orlando, Florida right now. Hey, Alex. Your soul is beautiful. Hello from Hawaii, from the beautiful Hawaii. Wow. Nice, nice, nice. Is the scenery beautiful where you are? Huggy Bear, are you from Vero Beach? I see you said on here that you in Daytona Beach right now. You right around the corner, right around the corner from me. Um, but anyways, yeah, Vero's a great place to be from. Great place. Has some really good people. I'm originally from Philadelphia, but I live in a nursing home in Daytona. Okay, Huggy Bear. Then I hope all is going well while you're there in the nursing home. Um, yeah, I don't get to talk to too many people that's right here in Florida. Um, where I'm at, it's usually people that be all over. That's all over the place. Hi, Raphael. Raphael, how are you? Hi, happy to see your beautiful face. Hey, the garden hose. How you doing? You out. That always make me smile every time I see your name come through the thing. How are you? Hey, Queen. Have a great week. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you. Atlanta in the house. Hey, from Atlanta. Hey, Steve Watts. Seneca. I thought about you the other day. Honestly, I did. Hey, my Snickers, how are you doing tonight? I'm feeling pretty good. It's like I'm up, but when I get up to like move around and stuff like that, I recognize that, girl, you ain't got no energy. Just have a seat. But when you used to moving around and doing all kinds of things or whatever, when you get the chance or you feel like you can get up and do something, you try to do something in between those times, and that's what I be trying to do. It don't necessarily work all the time. I was trying to sweep the floor today. It took me a half an hour to sweep one little piece of floor. Um, but anyways, I was able to get it done. It just took me a little bit more time than anybody else doing. But how have you been doing, Seneca? Hey, Esther. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for coming through. I am well. Yeah, I watched you in your little bumblebee suit over there. Almost made me feel like I was watching a horror film over there. But I watched it though. I love what you be doing in the garden. I used to go to Vero Beach to dance at the Polish club. I used to dance the polka at one time. I'm getting ready for hospice now. Really, Huggy, are you sick? I'm a sick person for right now. I'm going through a journey with cancer, but I'm not claiming it. It's going. I still got a lot more years ahead of me, um, and that's for sure. So you have a great energy. Thank you, Rigid. Um, at one time, at one time, I'm getting ready for hospice now. Wow. Thank you, Seneca. Daryl Johnson, you go, girl. Welcome in, Daryl. Raven Doll. Hey, what's up? What's going on here? Who is this beautiful lady? Hey, Raven. Uh, I am Tashana. They Life with Tashana over here. You can call me Shauna. That's what everybody calls me. But we just kicking it over here. And just talking about some of the things that I go through in life. I don't really have one particular thing that I do over here on this channel. I do love to garden, but my channel is called Life with Tashana, and basically what happens over here is whatever I'm going through in life is what I come on here and I talk about and I share on here. Basically, okay, it's like at one point in my life, like I was journaling. I've journaled for a lot of years, and I still have all of those journals and everything. But it's like at one point things was so heavy for me in my life. I felt like the journal wasn't enough. It was like in the journal I could just write the stuff down, but I couldn't scream it. And whatever was going on in my life at the point when I came to YouTube is I felt like I needed like a million people to hear what I was saying, or hear what I'm saying, for what I was going through. And you know and I felt like things got so much better for me, and I felt like, oh my God, I haven't felt such a relief in such a long time. And then life started lifing again, got better again, and then life is back to lifing again because I found out on Valentine's Day that I have pancreatic cancer. And so just a little gist of what go on over here. But I don't try to stay in the moments of you know all the bad things that happen to me, because other than that, it's like I'm generally a happy, smiling person. Do you think life is unfair? Now, no, I don't think life is unfair, but I do think some things, some parts of life can seem very unfair. But I look at it in this way. Sometimes those things that seem like they so unfair in life, not until you get later on down the line in life do you find out why I needed those things that happened to me that seemed like they were so unfair. Because it can be a tricky thing. And once you get into a certain area in your life, you understand that if X, Y, and Z hadn't happened to me and built me up for what was to come, then I wouldn't be as strong as I am. So I kind of look at it like that. Yes, I do get irritated when things just keep happening, keep happening. And trust, they've been happening ever since I can remember. I was 5 years old of things happening to me. So, and horrible things. But I know that had I not been through some of the things that I've been through, there's no way in the world that I can be in the place that I am right now. Because even though I have pancreatic cancer, it's like It ain't something I get up and worry about every single day. I actually think I'm gonna beat it. Hell, I don't beat everything else in life, so why not? Why not this? I've been doing well. My mom coming home from out of town at 11 p.m. Well, great. That's great. I hope you really enjoy yourself. You got this, Queen. Thank you, Jamie. Junior Carway, how are you doing, lady? I'm doing pretty good. Yes, myself as well. That's right. Don't go up in no in no nursing home, no hospice, no none of that, and claiming that this is the end all be all, because you just don't know. You just don't know. Sometimes I think you be moved around to different places because there's somebody there that you need to go there, and they gonna need some of what it is that you got. So, go there looking at it in a different way. Stopping by to send hugs. Thank you, Figgy. Jamie, we were looking good, Queen. Thank you. Nice to see you. Okay, real talk. Shauna, you are a beautiful woman. I will keep you in my prayers. Well, thank you, Huggy Bear. Thank you, and I will do absolutely the same for you. I appreciate you coming over and giving me a little of you. Thank you very much. Enoch. Hi. Ronnie Hedrick. Hey, Grandma. I'm somebody's grandma, Runnier, or whatever your name is. See, this is one of the people like I was talking about before, when they say you come through and you say, "Hey, grandma, Ronnie or Runnier or whatever your name is," and yes, I'm somebody's grandma, but I'm definitely not your grandma. Look at God, you just telling your story. Yes. Just live the best you can and live every day like it was your last. Okay, I can agree with that one right there. But let me tell you something. I don't care what I look like and what it is that I'm going through. One thing about me that I do know is I don't look like I'm somebody's grandma. I don't care what you say, and that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. You can have the opinion that you want to. And if I was mad about what you said, I would have blocked you or whatever, but I didn't. But this next comment that you put there, you redeem yourself. Life is just a test. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. And once you make it through one, you just know. Just like going to the gym and you lifting weights, you running on the treadmill, the more you do it, the more you do it, it's not a challenge to you. But after a while, you look around and it's like easy peasy for you to do that. Every test you go through, it makes you stronger and stronger throughout life. And so we should all expect tests to come up. And to be honest with you, ones that don't really get tests and stuff in life, they say is God don't put no more on you than you can bear. So, if you don't have tests and stuff that frequently come your way or whatever, it's just like He know that you wasn't built for that. So, and I don't want to be built for the things that be coming at me, but I ain't got no choice. Life gonna do what life gonna do. One thing I learned is if everyone in the world put their problems on the table, I promise you will grab yours back. I done heard that so many times, so many times. Hey, Fish and Ray. Um, Ahmad, who is Gary? Who is Gary? I might want to be something like Gary. I don't know. No, I don't want to be like Gary. I just want to be just who I am. Hey, Keith. Hey, Keith. It's been a minute. Hey, James. Thank you. Hi. Why don't you have hair? Just wondering. Hey, good night. Thank you for your question, and that is a valid question that somebody can come through and ask. Does not offend me, at all. But the reason I don't have hair is I have pancreatic cancer, and I have been going through chemo. Just started a new chemo regimen on August 4th, and it took all of about 20 days for this particular chemo to come along and take away all of my hair. I've been on chemo ever since August. Since February 28th. I was diagnosed on Valentine's Day. Started my first chemo on the 28th of February, and I'm on round 14. Well, I just completed round 14 on um, last Monday. So that is why I don't have any hair. I don't have eyebrows either. Did you notice that? About a couple of weeks ago, my granddaughter told me, she said, Mom, you know you only got like 7 eyebrows left. You know, who's counting? Thank you, James. How are you tonight? Thank you so much. Tenfold back to you for that one. You are a beautiful woman. Thank you. I'm new here. Good night. No problem at all. Thank you for joining it. And hopefully, the ones that, this is not the conversation that we have all the time. We have different conversations at all the time. If you would like to, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're liking the conversation so far, please don't forget to hit the like button. I know sometimes I don't like to genuinely ask people to like, but I do know that I go over to people's page, and though I like the content, sometimes I can leave from out of there and forget to hit the like button. So if you want to hit the like button, please do that for me. Thank you very much. um, I pray for you and hope you get better soon. James, absolutely. We're going that way. I have an appointment coming up next Monday that they're going to do schedule me for imaging again. I've already had imaging one time, and the first time that I had the imaging done, the cancer had spread some, which did not discourage me. It discouraged me in the moment. It was like, that doll that I tell everybody about over here. I feel like sometimes I'm like that doll that it's made like a punching bag, but you punch it and it rock backwards and then it sit back up. I feel like I'm that girl. I feel like that girl. I get knocked down sometimes, and then I get right back up, and I can't explain to anybody, why do you continue to get back up, Shauna? Why do you continue to get back up? I don't know. I just ain't that girl that I'm just gonna stay down and lay down for a long period of time. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna fight with everything in me. So that's just through the things I've been through in life. That's what I've been taught to do. I pray for you and hope you get better. Thank you. You look good. You look beautiful. Thank you. Good night. Thank you very much. Again, thank you, James. Hey, my friend. Praying for you, sending love and big hugs and prayers. Thank you so much. Tenfold right back to you. I appreciate you, and I'm glad I found your channel. Your spirit is uplifting. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. And hopefully that's what, I hope people come over here and they get from me. I come on here, and I came on here because I feel like I wouldn't be heard, and I feel like over here people don't stop through and don't stay if they don't want to hear what I got to say. So I appreciate the ones that come through and listen to the things that I have to say, even probably when they don't feel like it. But in those ways, I feel like people be helping me, and then in return, people say that I help them. And I feel like that's an awesome balance, because sometimes we so into helping other people that we don't receive anything back. So with that, I think if you all are helping me and I'm helping you all in return, then we are perfect balance. Anytime, my friend. Thank you so much. You should get iced out granny. What does that mean, state line? I should get iced out. I don't know what that I don't know what that means. Hey, Tawana Newton. I think you look amazing for all of that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it and everything that I'm talking about and the things that I'm not talking about. If you go back to my videos and my shorts and stuff, about all of the many things that I have been through, and there none of them, if you don't want to hear no sad stories and all of that stuff like that, then don't go back and look at any of them, but I have all of I have my stories on here up until I think I was around about 11, and then I skipped over because I was going through some things where my mom had passed away, and I was raising her three children because, you know, I was feeling under attack from, those people. And so, yeah, all kinds of stuff was going on. So, yeah, but all of the old stories are here. You want to go back and check them out. I have a 29-year-old daughter who's disabled and stay like a pain. She's almost 30. It can be so scary and challenging. I want to stay strong though. Absolutely. And what does staying strong look like to you, good night? Because I know I come from a place where me crying meant I was weak. And I had to learn all over again that tears are not a sign of weakness. Um, and sometimes when we feel like we get to those places where we feel like we need to cry because we see somebody, listen, just last Monday when I went to chemo, it was the hardest day when I went to chemo. Um, I could feel other people's energy. I can see things was happening in there, and my heart was like so broken. And I didn't want anybody in there to see me crying, but I can, and my sister was trying to talk me through it or whatever, and was saying, it's okay that you feel like that for those people, but try not to package it up and bring it home with you. Well, honey, I packed up me about 2 or 3 suitcases of all of their stuff that they was feeling and bought it right home with me. But does that make me a bad person? Absolutely not. Does that make me a person where I empathize with those people? My heart hurts for those people and everything. Sometimes you going through that, and especially it being your daughter, sometimes you have to step out of the room and remove yourself and get you a good cry out, and watch when you get the cry out, it's like it's washing all of the hurt and everything out, and you being able to exhale and bring it back in, and then go back in, or probably find you somebody who's a great hugger and let them grab you and hold you. You ever had somebody that grab you and hug you and give you like a tight squeeze, and it makes you exhale when they hug you? Sometimes you need to find you one of those people that's like that, and hopefully God blesses you with one of those people, and just feel the relief of what that feels like, and then go back in, because you mama you should feel some kind of way that your baby is not, even though there ain't no little baby, she'll always be your baby. So my daughter stayed like a baby. Yep. Well, she your baby. Let me tell you something. A lot of us that got children, there ain't nothing wrong with them. They still be they can get on your nerves sometimes, but they still be your baby. Let the right moments happen. I got a son that I be cussing out sometimes, but when he get on my nerve with the way that he do things and stuff sometimes, and still at the end of the day, he still is my baby. And the reason I know some of those things, like, he absolutely gets on my nerves sometimes, but when you're going through what I'm going through, and I've talked about those stories here before, but when you're going through what I'm going through, and you lay down and you sleep, and your son that gets on your nerve comes in, and he see you sleeping, but he can't hear anything, so it scares him, so he comes up to touch you, and you know what, when he coming to touch you, it's to touch you and to see, are you still here with me? And so in those times, that's kind of like, that's heartbreaking for me, and because I'm like, Lord have mercy, my baby coming in here to check and see if I'm still here because of what I'm going through. So they all are babies. You know how that go. You are really cute. No matter what happens to you, will stay cute, and I will always pray for you and always care for you. Thank you, James Williams, so very much. I appreciate that. Tasha, I'm going to visit your channel. Thank you for having me in the chat. Continue your journey and hope to chat with you soon. And may God continue to bless you and your family and friends. Thank you so much, Huggy Bear. And I got a thing that I say over here all the time. Whatever you ask God for me, I ask Him to give it back to you 10 times what you asked Him for me. In His Son's Jesus' name. Amen. Sending love and respect from Daytona, Florida. Florida in the house. I don't know how I do. It's the scariest thing ever. I cry every day. It is so scary. Um, yeah, we just gonna keep on, and I hope you have other people like you can talk to about it. I mean, life can just be in times where you just in a scary place, and I don't know if you're a praying person and everything. I try not to push on to people what it is that I but the only thing that I can give to you is what I would do for myself. And when I get into places that I am scary in, I try to go to my prayer place and release it. And I'm not saying it's like a thing that happens just like overnight, but it is a thing is because obviously you don't want to live scary every day. Nobody wants to live scary every day. I just don't see that. But there is a place that you can go to and you can participate, talk and say, um, that I don't want to live this way. Is there something else better for me? Because none of us should be living like in fear. So, think about that right there. A, stay strong and keep your head up. Absolutely, I will. Crying is a release of pain and emotions. Turn it over to God and ask that only through Him will you be healthy and cured. Absolutely. Amen. That's right, James Kyle. Yeah. Hey, Odetta. Hey, Roman. God bless you, sister. Thank you very much. Right back at you. What happened? Wow, prayers. What about Sudan? I don't know. That's very true. But good night. I'm telling you, I've had some really scary times in my life, and I'm telling you, I just talk to God over and over again, and then and that's one of the good things about journaling about stuff is like sometimes I can go back in my journals and I can see like if something come up like you telling me right now. Say if I had that same scary moment before, and all of a sudden I'm no longer scary, but I don't remember when it went away. I can go back in my journal and I can read about it and see, oh my God, I was so scared back then. Um, I was so scared back then, and I don't even realize when I got through, but then I realize now today because I wrote it down in my journal that I'm no longer in that place anymore. So, you know, take some time with God, sis, and He'll work it out. Hello, sweetie. It's good to see you. Hey, Sharon Linton. Sedan living, Sedan living in fear right now. Oh, Palestine living in fear. Wow. I can. I can't even imagine because I try to stay away from the things that's going on in the news right now because um if I go and see that stuff, I know how I'm set up. And I know in me, I can go and see it, and then before you know it, just like when I went to chemo on Monday, I'll be done packed up all of those people bags, and I'll have them living out here with me in this little place. Not physically, but mentally in my head is like I can't. I used to be in a place where I watch the news all the time. I can't do it. It's like it's hard for me to see that stuff and go, but it doesn't. I tell you one thing that it doesn't stop me from doing is when I hear about it. Um, I say a prayer about it and give it to God because there's nothing really that I can do about it. So and that's kind of where I leave it at. Hey, Pretty Brown. Uh-oh, the World Series is on. Child, please. I almost feel like I'm crazy to say what is that right there. What kind of sport? Holy Mother of Pearls. Hey, Star Pop. OMG, Shauna, I gotta remind you of the dream in 2020. What dream? What was the dream? With the military walking around. Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I don't remember that. You told me about it already? Deuteronomy 23 and 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Um, okay. I don't know exactly where that fit in on tonight, but I guess Enoch, can you fact check that one for me? Because that one right there kind of threw me for a loop. Ooh. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Okay. It has been read. Major League Child, please. Baseball. Mrs. Clean. Absolutely, Sam. Miss Clean. Yes, Mrs. And you said it properly. Mrs. Clean. What have you been through? Who, James? Okay, well, I'll tell you a few of the things that I have been through. Um, the first one of the first things that I can remember in life, I was around the age of about 5 or 6. Um, and this everything that I'm going to tell you, that the story about it is already here on my page already. But one of the first things that I can remember that I went through was me being kidnapped by somebody that my family knew. Um, and I'm not going to give you all the details because the video is here. You know, you can hear about it on here. And this story is exposing the ugly truth on here. But I was kidnapped, and I think it was easier for my mom to deal with me versus deal with what she knew had happened to me without getting the details. Um, and when I was returned home, thankfully, um, I was whooped. Um, Another thing is that when I was 12, um, my aunt came and picked me up, brought me over to her house, and then the next thing I know, she dropped another guy off to the house, and she left him there. I believe I was, well, the only thing I can do is go back and look at it and know that I was set up. Um, my mom dated a married man, and before those kids were of age, she passed away. I took on raising the kids, and then started getting attacked by the man and his wife or whatever. And so those are some things and some in betweens or whatever. But all of those stories are right here on YouTube. So I have had some, pretty traumatic things, and mostly all of them in my life growing up. I always made it that everything was my fault. Everything was my fault, and I just couldn't see. Um, I couldn't see how they weren't my fault until, I had my own kids. And one night that I was spiraling, um, having a really bad night, and my daughter, which was 6 at the time, she was having a bad dream. And when she woke up from the dream, she woke up. It was probably like 2:30 in the morning, and at this time, my husband was working a graveyard shift. And she woke up at the right time that I was going through. She was having a bad dream, but when she came and stood in front of my room door, it was to answer the question: if something is happening to you when you're 5 years old and somebody is 19, 20 years old, what can you do with them? When you're 12 years old and somebody is 18, 19 years old, what can you do with them? So it's just like, yeah, those kinds of situations. So, James, those are some of the things that I've been through. Because I was telling you, none of my dreams come true, but that one, I want to remember to see if it does. And that's like my last dream I had that scared me. Well, hopefully, if it scared you, it doesn't come true. Make me a moderator, cause what is going on? Okay, I can't really see like what's going on, but don't if they ain't really doing too bad, then don't give them the one to. um Good night, Tashana. Chilling with you a bit. Thank you, Melissa. Do you have kids? Do you have kids, and what's their name? James, I'm definitely not going to give my to all of them, but I have raised 14 children. You are a child set up by people you love and trust. Bless your heart. See, Lance, you absolutely understood exactly what I was saying to you. So, yeah, all of the people that I should have trusted. And there's so many other things that have happened, but those are just like some far and, some big and some small things that are there, but, nonetheless, um, they have those things have happened amongst lots of other things. And I only got to, I think, age 12 but I told my stories. But the only time I come on and like tell those kinds of stories is when and it took me to try and go to sleep at nighttime and rest, and there was no sleep, just up all night crying and crying and crying and just couldn't go to sleep. And so I felt like um my peace would come whenever I would tell those things that happened. So, and that's how it worked out for me. So, this is like, mm, okay. But yeah, and just like that, somebody asked, "What happened to you?" And I don't mind telling about it. Those things are not like sad to me anymore. I really don't deal with. I deal with family, and it's not like um yeah, just only because I don't really know how to say it without, because YouTube be kind of funny about how you be saying things and stuff sometimes. But anyways, it's like, just let's just say there's no malice in my heart or anything like that, because it's like, now it's like I'm like an outspoken person. um I say what I want to say, and if I feel like there's a time that come where I need to get some things off of my chest, I can. Now, from time to time, there can be situations where I can be very, very angry about it, and I try not to like put off that anger onto somebody that did not cause those things inside of me. But when you have things that what happened to me when I was a little kid and everything, it can cause you to be very angry. And so sometimes you have to have control of that anger or it can really get you in trouble. So, yeah. How is your gardening going presently? Yes, Melissa. That's like one of my favorite things to talk about. That's my favorite place to be. Like there to me, there's like so much healing out in the garden, but everything in the garden is going. The only thing that I probably would complain about out there is I want things to move a lot faster than they are moving. But that's something too that I've been. One thing the garden will do is teach you patience. And so right now I'm trying to learn patience, and really I think it's becoming a balance because when you first start being a gardener or whatever, it's like you get this like anxiety thing where you get out there and it's like you rush and rush and rush, and it's like I need to plant this, I need to plant that, I need to this, and I need to do this and this. Like you go crazy out there planting a whole bunch of different stuff, and then you like bring it back into balance. But then every season it's like you feel like you behind in getting your things planted in the garden, and all of that kind of stuff like that. But I love everything about being out in the garden. So right now I'm actually doing in my shorts, I'm reviving the garden because there at a certain point, I was very, very sick with the chemo, and so basically everything out in the garden had died out. So it looked horrible. It made me sad to go out there and look at it. But too, there were so many things that was still very beautiful about the garden. So but we in the series of reviving the garden, and I think we on part 8 right now. And so, and those of you all who don't know, we are the high class gardeners over here. And that just means that we make sure at all times we growing on the inside and on the outside at all times. And just like asking these questions, you ask questions because you get to grow when you ask questions. You know how you say you have not because you ask not. Same thing. If you can't ask no questions, then you may not be able to learn anything. So, but yes, that's where I am with the garden. We on part 8 of reviving the garden. I got the strawberries replanted. They made it through. I didn't get to see them today, but they're planted in their new little spot and everything. And so, and guess what? The first day back into the thing. Oh yeah, I ain't tell y'all about what the high class gardening part means is that we don't mess around with no snakes, no bugs, no worms, and definitely no frogs. Well, Miss Shauna, how do you garden? You heard what I said. I grow food. I don't mess around with none of those things. I don't mess around with those things in real life because sometimes people can present themselves as those kinds of things. And so I don't mess around with none of that kind of stuff like that. So if you're interested in being a high class gardener, you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bells to all, and you will be notified every time us high class gardeners come together to grow together. Just like that. Stay strong and keep your head up. And I know it's hard. I've been through times like that. I cried too. I cried too. But stay strong. Absolutely, James. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming through and being a reminder every single time. Because sometimes I ain't going to tell y'all everything it is that I'm going through. But just know, when I got y'all words up under my videos and stuff like that, I can go back and read them and get encouragement from them from y'all every single time. And I definitely appreciate y'all for doing that. Definitely. Well, slow and steady wins the race. Great to hear. Melissa, that is so funny that you said slow and steady. I got a video that I did that I talked about is the hair, the turtle and the hare or something like that. I ain't know which way it go, but where I was. It's a short actually, and that is the motto behind my reviving the garden. That slow and steady wins the race, and I keep saying that to myself. It made me smile just to see you say that, because that's the motto of me reviving my garden, because it's a reminder. I'm used to doing everything so fast and by myself. This is the first time that I've had to have all of the help that I have had, because I'm just not I'm not able to do it like I was before. And so that's something constantly I'm having to remind myself. So thank you, Melissa, for another reminder. Swifty, do you have cancer? Um, I am currently going through a journey with cancer. Yes, Swifty. Breaking news: Section 8 and Social Security benefit payments may stop starting December 1st. Okay, John. I guess thank you. Yeah, I have to look that information up. I don't know if if that's true. Shoshana, all my plants die on me. I took a rest from it. Melissa, I also think too that's like a natural part of something that happens in the garden. There are seasons out there in the garden. And it's fine to take a rest away from it. But my motto is to keep growing. So at least, there's other ways that you can grow too. At least if you still keeping up your knowledge of what happens out in the garden and everything. I just hope you don't stay away for too long. Don't stay away for too long. Tashana, I am learning to ask for help as well. Well, Miss Melissa, we gonna have to keep on. Oh my gosh. When I tell you that I have a hard time asking for help. Asking for help. And I think it got a lot to do with the way you grow up and everything, and the rejections that you get and all of that kind of stuff, yeah, it kind of makes it hard sometimes to ask somebody for help. But I think everything needs a balance to it. And that's the way I see it. And so in this moment that I am in life, I think that's what I'm doing. I'm learning balance. How to get balance from there, because there's nothing wrong with asking people for help. And I bet you one of those people, you don't like asking anybody for help, but you will help anybody. That's me. That's definitely me. I don't want to ask nobody for help. I don't want to ask anybody to do anything for me and all of that kind of stuff. But um, if I see a need, or somebody's doing something, I'm always willing to help them with whatever they got going on. But for some reason, I just don't see it that way for myself. So, but like I said, we're all learning. But you all, this has been Life with Tashana, and once again, I've learned I don't like those quiet places that's in here. But once the right question comes along and all of those things, you find yourself right in the space where you're supposed to be at. And that's what I found out tonight. And a lot of times I don't hit the live button because I don't like the white noise or the quietness of just sitting there, you know but I'm learning. I'm getting there, that it is okay. I like just genuine conversations, um genuine conversations, just coming straight off the cuff. And so it's like, what, All Star, the funny thing, y'all don't mess with All Star. He all right. The funny thing is I actually had a dream. Now I didn't see that it was going to be somebody named All Star. But I knew, I had a dream literally that somebody came through and called me a milk dud. And only I can see it that way because I kind of look at myself and my head, and I'm like, girl, that head is like a milk dud. When I first came, I was like, little Bill, you know, um, but milk duds are good. Milk duds are good. Thank you, All Star. I take no offense by you saying that. I take no offense by that. So you all right with me. Yeah, don't. Nah, I don't know what else you might say, All Star, that might get you like hemmed up or whatever. But yeah, the garden hoe, great live. So happy to see you. Same here. Thank you for coming through. Girl, you always bring a smile to my face every time you come over here. But you all remember to keep growing no matter what. Doesn't matter what somebody says. Don't ever let it stunt your growth. If it's a hurdle you need to get over, jump over it and keep on moving. Don't stop. No. You know, and if it's one you need to get down on your arms and crawl like you in the military, get up under it, get up and keep on moving. But no matter what you do, keep going and keep growing. Can you do the thug shake? Trill, I don't even know what that is. You do it for us. Go ahead and do it for us. We'll wait for you. We'll give you about 5 minutes to do it. You ready? Set. Go. Now, I ain't do you doing it is a lot better than me doing it. Especially, I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead and shake it off. Whatever it is. Do that thug shake. All right, y'all. Y'all have an amazing night, and I will talk to y'all later. Keep growing.